the lighting is better, but the ring light is stressing me out. I wish I had like a cover for it so it wasn't so harsh. It's not the vibe. It'll be a little dark, but I think that's better. Okay. Hello, beautiful people. My name is Georgia Bridgers, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hey, beauties. I don't really know how to start this. I'm not a YouTuber. And before you get all scared and clicked out, hear me out. I've been doing a lot of soul searching, following my passion, having belief in myself. And I am finding that my path is leading me away from the traditional YouTube videos that I used to make. We all had such a special moment growing up together. Whether you were questioning your sexuality when you started watching my videos, or already came out, or just someone out there on the sea of the internet looking for human connections. I will forever hold so deeply in my heart the beauty that this channel was for me and also for you. But we did it. We came out of the closet. I don't want to be a broken record on here, even though I'm so unbelievably terrified of starting something new and the potential of failure. But there's always that glimmer of success and just overall happiness. So I understand I might lose subscribers. I hope you all still stick around, because for the time being, while nothing is ever set in stone for me, I'm kind of starting to learn that life ebbs and flows. So I'm gonna ebb and flow on the YouTube channel. Some of you might remember from my previous videos before I took my little hiatus that I have a podcast called On My Mind, which I also took a hiatus from. This is kind of my grand return to the whole damn thing. Here I am, Georgia Bridgers. I'm going to be recording my podcasts on video as well as audio, because I know there are some people who just prefer video productions. They like the visuals. I don't know what's going to become of it, but it's not necessarily going to be a production like my videos in the past. I just want it to be me, and to just, for the first time I think ever, share the real Georgia Bridgers on the internet. I didn't realize it, but I think I've been not necessarily hiding behind a persona, but using hello beautiful people as a way to not have to feel my deepest, truest, most difficult feelings. And I'm exploring all of that on my podcast, talking about how being in your 20s is perhaps one of the weirdest, if not the weirdest stage of life. Enough of the blabbering. I hope you stick around for my podcast On My Mind. Thank you so much for all of your support throughout the years. I love you deeply, deeply, deeply. And yeah, don't forget to be your best self. I'll probably keep that at the end of the podcast. It's just too classic. Bye.
Hello, beautiful people. I'm Georgia Bridgers, and this is On My Mind.
We're already off to quite an interesting start, aren't we? Aren't we, beautiful people? I know we are. Let me get comfy. Let me get comfy for y'all. Oh God. Okay, I guess I don't think it's working. Can't tell. Oh, okay. Oh my God. I wasn't even recording, thank God. I went back and figured out the situation. I feel like you guys can hear this bark battle that's going on between these psycho dogs on my street. I'm gonna let them have their little moment, then we'll get into it. I feel so awkward and uncomfortable. Don't we all, Georgia? Don't we all? Hello, everyone. Hello, beautiful people. What is up? Did you forget about me? Did you forget my voice? Did you forget what I sounded like? You must not have been following me on TikTok. I swear I can't shut up on that app. Platform? Situation? Void of nothingness? Nothingness? Don't know why I said it like that. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to On My Mind. It's me, Georgia. I've decided to put my money where my mouth is and actually start up the podcast again. It's been a really, really, really big dream of mine for quite some time. Well, probably since I stopped the podcast. Since we last spoke, I had just moved to LA. I wanted to start my acting career, and I was very confused about who I was, who I am. What's my purpose? What's my passion? What sets my soul on fire? Why are there so many decisions to be had? Why do I feel like I have no time left at the young, ripe age? Isn't young and ripe opposites? At the young age of 23. Kind of weird how it feels like the world crashes around you the minute you are done with school, I'll say. I've said it once, I'll say it again. A couple things have changed since then. Number one, I've now been living in Los Angeles for 7 months. I have been taking acting classes for almost 5 months. You guys can tell I got into acting pretty quick for moving here. Oh my God, good for me. Oh my God, queen. Okay, that was too much. That was too much, I'll admit it. But anyway, but I also still don't know what the fuck I'm doing. There are a couple of realizations I've had in the sweet time we've spent apart. I feel like we are like lovers who haven't seen each other after we decided to go on a break, and we're just catching up, and it's a little bit awkward, but we're comfortable in each other's presence at least. I think I'm a little bit more uncomfortable is because for those of you who, the very, very slim few of you who might only know me just from this podcast, first of all, hi. Where did you come from? How did you find this podcast? And the rest of you, I've got a sneaking suspicion that something LGBTQ happened to you and you watched my videos on YouTube to help discover your sexuality. I might be wrong. I might have set you straight. My videos might be the reason you're like, oh God, definitely heterosexual. But hopefully for the sake of my own ego, we had some fun times together on the YouTube. Anyway, I'm feeling a little bit awkward. It's because I have, what? Oh no, low battery. But I just put these batteries in. All right, I'm gonna have to pause, put in new batteries and figure this out because there's no way I'm already losing how wonderful this audio is. Give me a moment. I know it says low battery, I'm working on it. Oh my God. Anyway, that was a little bit more hectic than need be. We ran out of batteries, so I had to take batteries out of fake candles. That's right, fake candles. And then the first pair of batteries that I took out didn't work. But then the second pair of batteries that I took out did work. Either way, I'm probably just gonna go buy some Duracell tomorrow because, ouch. I hope that the microphone picked up my hip popping because you can't go wrong with Duracell. Unfortunately, this is not an ad. I don't think I have the listenership quite yet for a battery ad. I've actually never had an ad for batteries, but never say never. I'll manifest it. Maybe the CEO of Duracell will listen to this and be like, this kid's got guts. Anyway, the reason why I'm a little bit extra nervous starting to record again is because I have decided that I am ever so politely reviving my YouTube channel for the purposes of this podcast. So you guys can go check out my YouTube channel, georgia.bridge, where I will have the free video recordings of this podcast for the time being until it gets so big I have no choice but to put it on Patreon so you hoes can pay me. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I tried to set up a Patreon and I was going to do, like, you know, before my XYZ month hiatus, we don't talk about it. Before my hiatus, I set up a Patreon and I was like going to do videos and personal stuff. But then I got depressed. So depression and adding more things to my plate don't necessarily go hand in hand. I've been having a lot of very, very, very major life-altering thoughts lately, but not necessarily taking action on them because I'm scared. Unfortunately, I am scared. My ego does not want me to change because change totally fucks up everything you ever thought you knew in life, and that can be deeply, deeply, deeply scary. I'm trying to be more quiet with myself so that way I can recognize the voice of ego and tell that cold-hearted bitch. That was a little aggressive. Tell that meanie. I just want to be able to understand the difference between truth and fear. I think the difference between truth and fear is hope. No, not my sibling. Hope, if you're listening to this, what up? And you know what? Let's also do a little test. Hope, if you're listening to this, I want you to text me a picture of Hermione Granger, so that way I will know. And anyone who knows Hope, better not tell them that I said this. It'll be a sibling test. As the big sister, I wonder if you guys can hear that siren. I forgot that I'm not in New York City anymore, but damn, it seems to be just as loud in Los Angeles, if not more. Okay, not more, I'm being dramatic. So as I was saying, I'm having these really, really, really big discoveries, trying to tell the difference between truth and fear. I kind of think the difference between truth and fear is hope, because as long as you have hope in yourself, well then I don't think fear can win. I really don't. I think you have to be completely hopeless to have let fear win. Damn, I'm borderline, but I'm not hopeless. I had the absolute joy, thank you to my dear wonderful mother, Holly Bridgers, for my 23rd birthday, which I celebrated July 26th. Yes, I am a Leo. I think we've been over this by now. I crave attention and words of affirmation are my love language, so you can imagine how fragile I am. Anyway, one of my mom's very best friends is a life coach, and my mom did the life coaching session with her lovely friend Linda. It was amazing for her. Very soul transforming, eye-opening. But one of the biggest purposes of this specific type of life coaching is an 8-week course where it's kind of helping you figure out how to move forward in your life when you feel stuck, by kind of going into your past and understanding where you came up with these, oh my god, it's the frickin' bark wars again. How you came up with these beliefs that are not necessarily truths in life, and working through that. Anyway, my wonderful mother got me the life coaching course for my birthday, and I got to start, I believe I started in October. Yeah, I started the 8-week course with Linda in October. Holy shit, I discovered so much about myself. I literally don't even know where to start. But I did know to be true is that a lot of the reason that I struggle with my mind, in my mind, is because I have a really, really, really weird relationship with success. And I have a weird relationship with success partially because of things that have been done to me in the past, where I have made these, this is one of the words that we used a lot in life coaching, limiting beliefs, beliefs that limit myself. It definitely can date back to my childhood, but I hate talking about this because I get so nervous still to this day, and I feel stupid for having these feelings, but then of course they're valid. Then I get scared of thinking about other people hearing my struggles because I want to come across as strong. My god, I've always wanted to come across as strong and like the person that you go to when you're down. It's not fair. Before I get into my little spiel, for example, I went home for Christmas and I went to the mall with my mom and my sibling Hope early one morning because we got there first thing in the AM to do some returns because we all know how the day after Christmas can be. And my mom decided that she was gonna drop me and Hope off in the front so we could go get in line while she went to park. We get out of the car. Hope was sitting in the front, I was sitting in the back. Hope walked around the front of the car and I walked around the back of the car to walk across the street to walk into the mall. And I didn't see it, but this car came barreling past on the other side of the road and I almost got hit, and I would have gotten hit if Hope didn't say to me, "Georgia, look out for this car." And it really, really, really scared me and really, really, really shook me up. I was like physically trying to like shake it off my body after it happened. And I like looked at my mom like with the eyes of like fear. And she goes, "You're okay, it didn't hit you, you're okay." And I'm like, I know. And Hope was being so sweet, and they were like, you're okay. And then I just like snapped, and I went into like, I know, I'm fine. And I said it like that in such a mean tone. And Hope says to me, Hope goes, Georgia, you know, you're allowed to be shaken up. Like, you're allowed to be scared and upset. And I'm like, God damn. I am allowed to have these feelings. I'm allowed to be scared. I'm allowed to be shaken up. I'm allowed to have something happen and lean on other people. I don't always have to be queen of being there for others. In fact, being there for others so much has sometimes gotten me into trouble. So I'll just say, I kind of knew this was what I was going to talk about when I got into the work with Linda, the 8-week program. It has been over 3 years. We're now into 2022, so coming up on 4 years since I was president of my sorority, and it has still to this day brought me some of my deepest feelings of doubt, self-hatred, complete lack of confidence. Now my mind's going blank because I always try and shut down whenever I start talking about this. I haven't talked about it much on the internet. I've alluded to things that have happened here and there, but I was so deeply hurt by some of the people that I loved and trusted most with my entire existence. That still fucks you up, no matter how much time has passed. It fucks you up if you don't address it, which I really had not. I did address it. I'm allowed to have these feelings of sadness. And the thing that upset me most is that people that hurt me most, I don't feel hatred towards them. Some of them. And it makes me mad that I'm not mad at the people who hurt me. It makes me feel weak. Makes me feel stupid, naive, when I really do know so much about myself and about me. It just hurts. And I wish I had an easier time moving through it. But it's like when you make these really big life decisions, so many things come up. And I think this came up for me so deeply is because I changed my entire life. I moved across the country to a place where I knew people only on the internet, not in any deep connecting way other than, yeah, we follow each other. More sirens that I just don't know if the microphone is picking them up or not, so I'm gonna wait. Damn, what the hell is going on? I kind of hope you guys can hear this because this shit is crazy. So, I changed my whole life. I moved across the country, decided that the thing that I decided was my career was no longer my passion and my career, cough, cough, YouTube. And for me personally, when things like that happen, it's like you just want to cling on to any semblance of, what's the word? It begins with an S and it means things staying the same. I guess I'll just say the word comfort. No, I already said semblance. Semblance of, I'm sure someone will let me know the word I'm thinking of. I just wanted to cling on to what I knew was safe and true and easy. And that was, it could have been friendships with people I'm no longer friends with. Cincinnati, home, family, anything. I also, unfortunately, on the flip side, basically what I have been doing for the past couple months, is numbing myself to the present, because the present is scary and difficult. Now that I have worked through some of my issues in the past, I have moved to numbing with social media. And it breaks my heart to say this, but I feel lonely when I'm not on social media, and that's a fucking problem. I feel connected to people when I'm seeing them post their happiest self, whatever brewery they're at, food, bikini pics, and then I start to go down a rabbit hole of comparing myself to other people's fake lives we get to see thanks to the internet. Comparing my body, comparing how much money I make, comparing my face. I think it's also hard because there's such a unique beauty standard as well out here in LA. And a lot of that beauty standard does have to do with procedures that people get done. And I'm not hating on them because guess what? I'm gonna be getting those procedures one day. I'll be getting Botox when those wrinkles come in. I'll be getting maybe a little bit of lip filler when the lines start to make my lipstick seep into my skin. Preventative Botox, that's a thing. Then there's also the boobs and the butt and the abs. And it is difficult to not compare yourself to these gorgeous bodies you see on the internet. Even though we have seen time and time again, different poses make you do this, different shadows. Everyone and their mother edits as well. I am just struggling to differentiate the difference between real life and social media in the sense of my own self-worth, which is terrifying because I don't want to go down this rabbit hole. I've gone through it too many times. It scares me. But then this was a very big point in last week's scene of Euphoria. I'm gonna talk about it. It's not necessarily a spoiler, but go ahead and skip a little bit if you don't wanna hear it. But there's a scene where Kat is sitting on her bed. Kat, played by Barbie Ferreira. She is sitting on her bed and she's depressed, and similarly, she's comparing herself, and all these Instagram models keep like popping up in her room. And it's like the really fit ones in bikinis who are like, love yourself. You are so confident, love yourself. And it's like, damn, kind of hard to love yourself when I'm comparing myself to you. Like the love yourself movement, which I have toxically taken a part of in the sense where I've posted like body positivity. I actually co-created a body positivity campaign in my sorority. And every year I'd be posting body positivity while I did not love my body and more deeply did not love myself. I think you need to start with the self if you're gonna continue anywhere. It's all immaterial if you, on the flip side, if you love your body but you don't do the inner work, you're still going to be just as miserable. I just need to be more careful of, again, that mean voice in my head telling me I'm not worthy because I'm comparing myself to someone's fake life. Not to say that like all Instagram is fake, but I think it is a point to say that most of us show the greatest joys and not the lowest lows. I've been trying to show more of my lows just to bring it in, reel it in, let the people know what's up. A lot of this has to do with the new year. I don't know if other people can relate to this, but when at the very end of the year, around December, just had Christmas, blah, 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 spirits are high. I get so unbelievably excited for the new year. And I'm so excited to set new goals and see where new things can take off and how I can grow and just continue to better myself. Not that necessarily I constantly need to better myself. That'd be a horrible, horrible goal. It's unattainable if you constantly think you need to get better and better and better. Perhaps we can just love ourselves as we are. Oh, Georgia, maybe you should take your own damn advice. Ding dong. Anyway, I get really excited about the new year, and I love the new year, and I love celebrating New Year's Eve and getting excited for a new vision board, which I still haven't created, and manifesting, etc., etc., etc. But then January 1st comes and it's like, yay, this was so fun. Here we go. 2022, who are you? And then it's the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. And I'm unbelievably overwhelmed. There's such this push of like goal culture on the internet. And I set goals and then I'm upset that I have not successfully completed every goal by January 7th, the first week. First of all, that's fucking impossible. Second, life would be so boring if I completed all my yearly goals in a week. What would I do for the rest of the 52? 51 at that point. It's hard to not compare yourself to other people's goals, other people's lives. But I'm working on it for sure. Maybe I'll share my Instagram caption I was walking in LA and it was very cloudy and cold. And I was like, what the fuck? And it was on January 7th. It was the first week of the new year. And I was like, I haven't completed any of my goals. Georgia, your goal is to become a famous actress and have a successful podcast. How's that gonna happen in 7 days when you haven't even recorded a podcast episode? Hello, January 19th today. Here's what I said. Hi, my name is Georgia Bridgers, and the beginning of the new year is one of the most difficult times for me. It's hard to get back to work and daunting to expect so much from yourself. I've not been very kind to me, and that hurts because I deserve the utmost love from me. So here's your reminder to be gentle with yourself. You don't have to achieve all your goals in the first week of January, and you are worthy of growth, love, success, kindness, true friendships, and whatever else your heart may desire at any time of the year. So that's something fun to remember. And even reading it back to myself, I'm like, damn, I said that? Funny, I haven't really been doing that since. Perhaps that's something we can all work on together. Perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. This difficulty and semblance of goal culture also brings up a fear in me because, as I was talking about earlier, I have a fear of failure and a shitty relationship with success. For the longest time, I have correlated success with how other people view me, and that has stopped me from doing so many things that I have wanted to do. It's part of the reason I stopped this podcast, because I was correlating myself with numbers. And it's difficult when in 2018 I was getting hundreds of thousands of views on things. It's hard because as I was saying before, I was comparing myself to the past me, correlating that with success and worth. So when I wasn't getting hundreds of thousands of views or even thousands of views, I'm scared to admit it, but this podcast, something I love doing and getting to share about myself, I'm lucky if I get 1,000 views, listens. And then that makes me feel like an asshole if I'm like, you know, with some people struggling to maybe even get 10, 20 views. But if we keep dropping ourselves into this trap of, well, someone else has it worse or someone else has it better, we're never gonna grow. We're just gonna be like, oh, I can't complain because someone has it worse, or I'm horrible because someone has it better. So perhaps I should stop caring about what other people do and think of me. It was hard. It's nerve-wracking starting something new and not being as successful in that thing that you were in the past. But then I also have to remind myself that while I was getting hundreds of thousands of views, I hated myself more than I ever had in my life. I did not have true friends. I had true friends. I didn't have true friends in my sorority. I'll say that. At that point, I was grappling with my self-worth and my relationship with coming out, even though I probably made it seem like it was easy on the internet. And compared to some other people, it was. There you go, Georgia. Minimizing your pain because other people have it worse. That's not very nice to do. Grappling with so many deep relationships with people, it was difficult. And part of me is like, wow, Georgia, like you should have basked in that glory, because look at you now. And that, holy shit, that's so fucking mean to say. I would never say that to another person, so why would I say that to myself? That's kind of been helping me in a way whenever I start to think of something mean or a very critical point that I need to bring up to myself. I will think of 5-year-old me, 13-year-old me, 18-year-old me. I'll think of myself in the past, and I will think of me saying to me point blank whatever mean thought I have, and holy fuck, that's something that helps bring back the power. On an up note, because has this been depressing? I'm sorry, I don't want this to be a depressing podcast. I just want it to be kind of a free flow of thought where I can share what's going on in my noggin, and then you guys could perhaps relate and understand that you're not alone, because That's something that I so deeply also want to experience with this podcast. I want to do it for myself so I can work through things, but damn, it feels good when you guys message me and are like, this is the exact same thing I've been experiencing. And I'm like, all right, are we about to kiss? Just kidding. But on the up note, 2022, I have decided to dedicate it as my year of play, to just play and have fun. Partially because with me wanting to take acting so seriously, acting is playing. I'm just playing. Could be a very dark role, but we're playing. We're doing make-believe. So this year is my year of play, make-believe, fun, trying new things because I can, not because of the fear that I won't do well. Letting my inner child run fucking free. I couldn't decide if I wanted to paint my toenails pink or purple, so my right foot is purple and my left foot is pink. Year of doing whatever the fuck I want and having fun while doing it and loving myself while doing it and sharing it with you, beautiful people. So yeah, welcome back to On My Mind. That's what has been on my mind lately. I love you all so deeply. Something that I also really want to harp on is that I love communicating with you all, so I feel like we can all be, you know, together in a family, because we are. I have an email. It's onmymindpod.gb@gmail.com. And on that lovely email, I just want you guys to send me whatever. I love to give advice. I think we know that from my stint as a YouTuber, giving out LGBTQ advice. This advice, I won't necessarily say, it's not going to be all about coming out. Of course, that's a huge part of me, but this is a new chapter, a new leaf. So I just want to talk about life. You can use it as a diary. You can say like, please don't read this on the podcast. I just wanted to tell someone. I think sometimes we just need to get things off our chest. It helps put a lot more perspective on things. Putting pen to paper, or I guess finger to keyboard. But yeah, please email me if you want to talk to me about your life. If there's something, a piece of advice you want to share. If you're seeking advice, low stakes advice, nothing crazy. I'm not a professional. I'm delusional. You can also follow me on Instagram. It's On My Mind Pod. I don't think I have a Twitter. Yeah, no Twitter. Sorry about it. I'll make one. You guys already know I'll make a Twitter. Yeah, my Instagram is On My Mind Pod. You can email me onmymindpod.gb@gmail.com. And my regular Instagram is georgia.bridge, where you can also follow me in my life. Thank you so much for listening. I love you all so much. Oh yeah, and my YouTube is Georgia.bridge if you want to see the video format of this podcast. It's not good professional production. It's just me and my camera. I don't have the ring light on because it made me feel too much like it was a production, and that was my biggest thing, where I was like, if I have a camera in front of me and a ring light, I'm gonna put on a personality, and I don't want to do that. Hopefully I didn't. I'll zhuzh up the production once we get more famous, guys, don't worry. So you can check out the video as well. I also didn't really look in the camera while I'm looking in the camera right now, but I was not looking in the camera while I was doing most of my talking because I felt awkward. It felt like making eye contact with my mother while asking her how babies are made. That's about something I need to relive again. I love you all. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to be your best self. And I'll see you next week, because guess what? This podcast is going to be posted every Friday. Love you, love you, love you. Bye. I think that worked. Why are my batteries low again? I gotta get those Duracells. Love you all.